are. So, hi everybody. We're going to do it again. We're on Instagram today and Facebook. We are here talking about 10 tips for hurricane preparedness, things you may not know.
Exactly. Like everyone knows the basics, flashlights, but
Batteries.
There's other things.
Right, and it's hurricane season. It just started again, which is shocking because I feel like we just got over Irma like in January.
We did.
I remember people were just like, that was the most mentally draining
event.
I forgot about that. I was like, it was a long 2017.
It was.
Anyways, hi Denise. So we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook today, and
I'm Dana.
And I'm Heather.
And we're SoFlo Moms on the Go. And it's Friday.
Oh, thank God.
I know. I look forward to this day for many things. A,
yes.
It's the end of the work week. B,
yes.
I get to hang out with Heather.
Mm-hmm.
And C, it's the end of the work week.
Wine.
Yeah. Then I could justifiably have
wine, no cooking.
Yes.
Pizza night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm done. So we hope you all have had a good week. It's been a long one. It's a crazy month with Mother's Day this weekend. So yay!
What are you doing? I'm going to be with you, actually.
I know. We're going to
Legoland. We are. We're off to Legoland.
Mm-hmm.
We were supposed to go last weekend for the unveiling of the Star Wars mini world, Miniland for Legoland, at Legoland, I'm sorry. But the depression that never happened was threatening to happen.
Yeah, it was 80% chance.
It was ridiculous.
And then I'm following some of our blogger friends that went, and I'm like, wait, where's the monsoon that was supposed to happen? So...
Exactly. So they had a great time.
And then I had to listen to whining kids.
Yes,
so.
I know. It was like, what do you mean we're not going? Why are we going? And I'm like, they're like, it's not raining outside. I'm like, stop. I can't. But so now we're going this weekend. But Heather's actually doing a really cool thing on Saturday, and I'm super proud of you.
Oh, well, you're doing something cool too. But, okay, so my kids, I can't believe they're not freaking out about this because they love, like, the Food Network. So I am doing a cooking challenge with Hood Dairy. If you've ever heard of Hood, my mom was like, oh my God, I love their ice cream. So I'm super excited, and I had to come up with my own recipe.
Mm-hmm.
So I took my mom's homemade mac and cheese recipe, and then I kind of like put a twist on it. So it's a 5-cheese blend, broccoli mac and cheese. So and I was kind of inspired by my youngest, who loves to take her mac and cheese and mix it with broccoli. And I was like, wait, let's just hide the veggies. Let's just make it all one thing.
That's perfect.
Easy breezy lemon squeezy. So yeah, so I'm doing that, a cooking challenge. I have 45 minutes to cook. So I did practice this week. I think I can do it. I can have everything prepped. I just can't cook anything. So I think I figured it out. I don't care. I mean, if I don't win, I think it's just I'm excited to do it and try something new.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, and I came up with a kind of a really good recipe. My husband was like, "This is good." So, and I cook a lot. Nobody really knows that. I don't share enough recipes, which I would love to start doing on Local Mom Scoop. More like easy, fast hacks and things like that. So, and then, so I'm going up there for that in Legoland, and then Dana's going up.
So, I'm going for Legoland, but I'm also going because that store, Disney Style, that I was talking about a few weeks back, actually is having their grand opening tomorrow, and I cannot wait.
That's awesome.
So I told my husband, I said, oh my gosh, it's so great. Coincidentally, Disney Style's grand opening event is on the 12th. And so he said, we're not going to Orlando, we're going to Winter Haven. And I said, guess what?
We're
also going to Orlando.
Exactly.
So I am super excited. I'll definitely be on Instagram stories posting all about the new concept store. It looks phenomenal. I really want that Snow White shirt, so you might see me grabbing that, and the hat that says Queen. I think we both need that.
I think we need the Queen.
So we're hoping to meet up at Disney Springs Saturday night for dinner and some shopping at Disney Style. So stay tuned to our Instagram stories. I'm super excited. And hey, Denise. Oh, did we say hi already?
We did.
Okay,
I don't know if she's still there.
I know.
Hi, Denise.
Hi. So the royal wedding is a huge to-do going on.
Yes.
Going from the royal palace at Magic Kingdom over to the royal wedding.
The royal wedding, which is happening, what, in 2 weeks?
The 18th, right? 18th 19th?
That Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I got invited, thanks Michelle, invited me to a 6 a.m. mimosas and yacht.
She's hysterical.
I know, I love it. I think it's awesome. I don't even know. I mean, actually my kids will be up. So I think we might just stay in PJs. We have some stuff to do that day, so I don't want to wear anybody out, but
I'm dying to see her dress.
I'm dying. Maybe we should go split screen. 6 a.m.
I would totally do it.
Coffee?
Yeah.
I'm going to be up anyways. They're always in my bedroom. So.
Everyone will be up too. You guys can watch with us. Like, you can put us
maybe
next to
that.
your TV. All right. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
That'll be
We're
fun.
going to plan that. We're just off the cuff there. Anyways, okay. So hopefully you're seeing us. I'm sharing us on a couple different platforms here.
Exactly. Yesterday also, just as a little thing, I did a fashion show.
Oh, yeah. Talk about your fashion
So,
show.
the Wellington Mall held a fashion show for Mother's Day, and it was really nice. And there were 3 stores that were involved, and it was Apricot Lane Boutique, which is one of my clients, and Macy's and Dillard's. So we were the first ones up.
Okay.
And it was so much fun because there were 7 moms that were, these moms, they're like absolutely gorgeous. One of the girls had 4 kids. She looked like
a rock star.
Oh my gosh. But they were all so nice, and it was really cool. So we strutted our stuff on the stage, just 2 different outfits each. It was a lot of fun. But what's really funny is that my son's gonna kill me. But so our friend Lindsay was the MC from LLC, and so when we got home, my oldest one was like, "Who is that girl?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's my friend Lindsay." He's like, "She is so hot. She is so pretty." So mind you, my son is 13. Okay, so I'm like, and Lindsay is very pretty, but it was just so funny because I'm like, "What?"
Like, you can't talk about a woman like that.
Are you kidding? And he's like,
Yeah.
"Her husband is very lucky." So that's what the stage I'm going into with my kids. So I don't know where you guys are with your kids, but
I'm at early puberty.
oh, I'm knee deep with this
I'm
one.
at early puberty. I feel like I am. Oh my god.
But so yeah, so that was pretty interesting.
That's hilarious.
Oh,
Scary. I know. Actually, we just said we should share more things before we go live. We sit here and start talking about how our days are, and I was like, "How was last night?" And we should just go live off the cuff and call it off the cuff.
What?
Because I was like, if you knew the stuff we were saying about our husbands and our kids, and
And what are you doing for
And then
Mother's Day
we're
that
like-
you really want to be doing?
I said, "What are you doing for Mother's Day?" Did they ask you? Did they ask me? I'm going to Legoland.
I'm driving home
Sorry,
with
Mom.
90% chance of rain.
Yeah, it's
Dinner.
actually supposed to be really bad
Terrible.
again. So my video of Legoland is going to be like, "Okay, did you see the?"
Don't forget to pack your ponchos.
I know, we're going to pack some ponchos. Ooh, I need to put that on the list. All right. Anyways, so we're talking about 10 hurricane preparedness things that you probably didn't think about or know about, or you might know now. And we would love for you to share in the comments below tips that you thought of that you were like, because I know we all pretty much the entire state of Florida was affected.
Yeah.
If you're coming in national from another state, Texas, Georgia,
New
everybody
York.
was affected last
Didn't it
year.
go up the coast and the coast? Where did I
The
just get
coast?
that
Where you
from?
from?
I don't know. I can't.
Crazy.
Okay. Yeah. No. Irma affected everyone.
Yeah, it was crazy.
What was the first hurricane you ever experienced?
The one that really affected us was Francis. So Francis, I was married. I remember bunking up at a single friend's house. Hey Todd, if you're watching. And we were like, this is cool. Get some booze, get some food. He was a cook.
Nothing to worry
I
about,
had no
right?
fears. I did have a stationery company at the time though. And I remember with somebody else, we were doing stationery. And like, I remember the door rattling and the storm was coming. And I was like, hi, I can't embellish any invitations right now because we're having a hurricane. And they were like, oh my God. And then I remember the door rattled all night and I didn't sleep. And Francis just sat out there.
Oh,
And it
she
just
took
sat off the
forever.
coast and just pounded us. And so I think that's the one we ended up going and staying with his girlfriend who lived near Town Center Mall, and they actually must have been on some kind of grid. Yeah, and we had so much fun, and I love that story. I think I've told it before where, I'm young and no kids, and...
It's kind of like you just have to bring your bottle
Oh, no,
of
I go to
wine
Publix, and this dad is in there with the kids, and they're like, the checkout, which is like just the meanest thing stores can do to children, is just have layers of candy and things to buy and just make us all crazy while we're checking out.
Mm-hmm.
And so this poor dad was like, whatever, just take a candy bar, whatever. And I was like, oh my God, that's so sad. Like, anyways, we have our beer and we have now, yeah. And then now I'm like, oh my God, when's the power going to get back on?
Exactly. I know.
So anyways, yeah.
My first hurricane ever was when I lived on Long Island. It was Hurricane Gloria, and I don't think she hit down here. And I'm talking like this is like probably in the 80s. I'm dating myself. Yeah,
you were little.
But all I remember was that we had to go down in the basement. I think we lost power for a little bit, and then my tree fell on the fence. But I thought it was the coolest thing because then I got to climb it.
Oh.
Yeah, my dad didn't think it was cool because I think it messed up the fence. But I thought it was cool for the time being. And we found the one Italian restaurant that was open that night so that we could go for, oh my gosh, I think it was La Scala.
Really?
So anyone that's watching from Long Island, La Scala is still open, I believe.
Is
And
it?
Great Italian food, and they're open after hurricanes very quickly.
I'm sharing. Sharing is caring.
So the 10 preparedness items that we think that you should probably know by, if you don't know by now, are super important. Obviously, stay tuned to the news. Now, I do agree, and I tend to go on the side of that the news are a little bit, there is sensationalism involved, but that's because they want you to watch. They
Right.
want you to see what's going on.
And make
So-
sure you don't do anything dumb.
Right. And the thing is, definitely stay tuned to the news. I watch the National Hurricane Center's website, but you also do watch your local. It's really important because there was one point, I think, when I was out of power and you weren't yet, and you heard that there was a tornado coming my way.
Yeah, it's
For
like
Irma.
it was weird. It was like these 90-mile-an-hour wind gusts was coming through, and I was texting you like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, and I'm like, oh
does
gosh,
anybody
really?
know? And I'm looking outside like this is about to get really bad, and the Weagle was like, "It's coming," and I was like, "Oh my god, it's coming!" Anyways, so yeah, so it's. You just never know, because I remember when my parents used to live up north, and they're like, are you guys okay? And I was like, I'm sorry, we're having a hurricane hit, you know?
Right.
So I think local weather is good to watch.
Definitely.
Get your apps.
Yes,
Get your apps
download
on.
all your apps.
Yeah. And I think some of us learned the hard way, or it worked out for you in your best interest, leaving.
Right.
So it's really tough in the state of Florida, especially when you're south. Do you go south? Do you go north? Do you go west? I mean, we almost went west, and that's where it looped around.
That happened to my neighbor. She went to Tampa, and before I came, we made her drive back.
Yeah.
Or
We knew
come
people
back.
who drove and then came back. We know people it took 20 hours to get to,
Atlanta,
I mean,
right? A lot of people
Atlanta,
went
I
back.
mean, they'll always have a story to tell, which is kind of fun, with your families and stuff. But, you just kind of have to, it's hard to kind of decide what you want to do. I was very stressed. I mean, it was like my poor husband's birthday, and we're sitting here.
right.
I know, remember that? And we're like, because it was September 9th or 10th it hit. And I remember being like, what do we do? It was the first time, and I've been through Wilma, Francis, Jean, you name it. I've been through a bunch of hurricanes, and this was the first time that I was like, I don't really know if we should stay here.
Right.
So that's a tough one. So
I don't like to leave.
I don't like to leave my house. I get nervous that, I don't know, looters or whatever.
Sadie Bobola. She has to
Oh,
come
the
with
dog.
us. Yeah.
Yeah. What's another one that we have?
Oh, get cash from the ATM because, and I've done this a few times, you forget to get cash, but what you don't realize is you go to the supermarket and let's say they don't have power or they're running on generators, they can't take your credit card because they might not even have Wi-Fi.
Right.
So just get cash. Just take out as much as you think you'll need for at least, I'd say, 3 days. And then if you don't use it, just put it back in the bag.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that was when I learned a hard lesson a while ago, but I don't know. I think everybody's gotten smarter about the generator thing. But I mean, if the banks don't have power, then you can't get cash.
right.
So if Publix doesn't have power, they have generators for the food now. So I think they've gotten pretty good about it, but you could probably use their ATM, but then you can't get cash. And so you need cash to pay for some stuff. So just
go
get
to the
extra
gas
cash. You
station
just
or-
never
yeah.
know. You just never know. What else? Oh, get gas for your grill.
Yeah.
So I make one storm. I remember making coffee on the grill.
It's amazing what you can make on a grill when
Yeah,
all you
I've
have
cooked
is
a
a
cake
grill.
on a grill before. That's
You've
a
had
whole other
eggs?
story.
A cake on a grill?
Yeah, that's a whole other story. It was so good too. Cake on a
You
grill.
might have to do a post about that.
I know. But it was for a bachelor party, so I don't want to tell you what the shape of it was.
You made one of those?
Yeah, I made a penis cake on the grill. That's like a
awesome.
whole nother show. But anyways, that was like before before my motherhood. So yeah, gas on the grill, because you know what's going to happen if you lose power and you don't have a generator, you're going to start having the local family cookout. But it's amazing. You can boil water. you can do anything as
Just
long as you
about-
have those pans that you can put on the grill.
Put
So
it- yeah, that's something you have to be wary of. Is make sure that your
I
pans
didn't know that my
are-
parents have that. Gosh, what is it called? They've got one of those touch ovens.
Uh-huh.
When you take the pan off, it turns off like
Oh,
all
really?
clad or something, and it's
Right.
all connected. But you can't put those on the grill. So we stayed at my parents some of the time during the storm. So I had to bring my own pans over. Anyways. Oh, Sadie.
Yes, please make plans, especially extended ones for your pets. If you know you're going to leave, you're going to evacuate, or you have to evacuate, don't forget about your pets, because first of all, they have a sense of what's going on before it happens.
Yeah.
Besides the fact that Sadie knows, like, once I pull out my luggage, I'm going on vacation, and then she gets all moody. When weather changes, no, seriously, she gives me the eyes, like the I can't believe you're leaving me.
That's so mean.
But I know, right? But she also the dogs get a sense when the weather changes, when the barometric pressure changes. So just have plans for them. Make sure you have their enough medication and food and stuff for them. And when you're planning your water, like how much water you're going to
Oh yeah, you never think about the dog.
think about the dogs also.
Okay.
And cats. I mean, like, well, all your pets, your turtles,
I want to get a turtle.
You want a turtle? They smell. And you can't cuddle with
Oh,
them.
I got to tell the beetle story at some point.
Oh my God. You do. You definitely do. That was so cute.
So we're talking about taking care of our pets. So we had a pet beetle, which, by the way, beetles are disgusting. Apparently they're like carnivores, and they have fangs, and they eat dung, which it said in the so we were in my mother-in-law's pool, and they were swimming, and they were playing with beetles. I've never seen my kids play with bugs before. So my little one like kept it, and then God, the poor beetle was getting thrown around. So anyways, he ends up in a pair of goggles coming home with us. So she's like, I'm gonna take care of my beetle. So we've got our container, and we had to look up what he eats. So she gets a dead leaf, and then a live leaf, and then some grass, and then a little water. And he is like half bellied up. I mean, this guy is not doing well. And so this is my first like big parenting moment in a while that I'm like, well, why don't we put him outside? And she's like, well, what if he gets eaten? And I'm like, no, he might fly back to his family. And he was like bellied up by the time she went to bed. And I was like, he's sleeping. He's exhausted from all the swimming. So he woke up the next day. He was gone.
Was he really gone?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And he was really gone. And this little one walked outside to look, and all I could see from the back of her was this. Like, it was the saddest thing ever. And she came in with tears, and I was like, it's gonna be okay. I'm so sorry, about your beetle. And then she got to the breakfast table, and she's sitting there, and she's just like, and my other daughter was like, oh my gosh, what's happening? And they're like having their hash browns, and she's like, what happened? And she's like, the beetle. And she's like, oh, it's going to be okay.
Aww.
And they were hugging. It was so sweet. But I'm like, a beetle. So finally, like, I had to text the teacher. Like, she got out of the car the other day. The principal was at Carline and goes, oh my God, I heard about the beetle. And I was like, who knew? So I asked her, I said, what were you going to do when we go to Legoland? She's like, what? He's coming with us. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, he's going to ride the rides. I'll put him in my pocket. Yeah, so anyways, the beetle's done. I said, they're not the greatest pets, it seems like. And then she was like, can I get a turtle? And then that's it. So we're not.
I feel like my friend Michelle was giving away a turtle. Michelle, if you're on, maybe not.
I don't want it to get out. I don't want to take care of a pet.
Get a fish. Get a beta.
What if it dies? Then I got to go through it all over again.
Get another one before they come home.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That happened once. My friend Karen. Hi, Karen. She got me a fish for my birthday.
Okay.
And it died.
Okay.
Like in 48 hours, which wasn't my fault, I swear. So we had to go down to the pet store and we got a new one.
Okay.
And it came fish B or fish T.
I asked her about a fish, and she said no. It's got to crawl. I know. And then the whole dog thing. Okay. So we prepare your beetle or your turtle or your dogs for a hurricane. So that's how we went off on that little tangent there. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm still talking. Okay.
You're up.
So this is something we learned. So it might have been Francis with, oh my God, let's talk about citizens and like insurance and the whole thing. We realized it was like for like getting the insurance for the house. And I think back, everything wasn't computerized when this all happened. So I remember taking the forms and like FedExing them that day, like because it was September, it was like the renewal or something. And of course I'd waited. And but getting the paperwork back and realizing like, oh my gosh, if we have to leave, which we did,
Right.
what are we going to do with all of our documents? I mean, lucky nowadays everything is online pretty much, but like I had, you've got some nice jewelry if you want to keep it, or you've got passports and birth certificates and all this other stuff that we just shoved in a portable safe. So a portable safe is fantastic, that you have all your things in, that you just keep the good stuff in all the time, and then you just grab it and go.
That's really smart.
When you're going to your
I never thought of
evacuation
that.
zone party house, which doesn't happen anymore.
I know.
Anyway.
This is another thing that I learned from Miss Heather over here too. Take photos of your property. Everything.
Ooh, yeah.
Interior and exterior. Take photos of if you have hurricane shutters that you have to put on, take photos of your house shuttered, so that if anything does happen to your house, the insurance you can send the insurance company the pictures saying, look, I put the shutters on my windows, so ante up. But don't say that. That's not nice. But then also, like your TVs, take pictures of all
Everything
of your
that
walls,
you wouldn't think of,
ceilings,
yeah.
because if there's a leak,
Yeah, if something gets damaged, yeah, we're done.
that's like the last thing you want to deal with when you get home.
Oh God, I just stay. We usually lock down. Well, this time we didn't. Oh yeah, this is a big one. This actually happened to a friend of mine. It wasn't really her fault, but so I'm sure after this last storm, many of you are like, I am never going through this again. We're getting a generator,
Right.
and my in-laws are getting one installed, and some of you have the generator that you just leave outside, and it works, with the fridge, the fans, whatever. But prep it. So like you should be checking your generator from Irma this weekend.
Yeah, like
now,
really get on it.
Like really test it and make sure, because I can't tell you how many times people like put it away, and then when we get the warning, you start looking at it, and then gas is gone, and then you're screwed.
There's not oil.
And there's not
It's
oil.
rusty.
Yeah, it's not that easy. I mean, I don't
start.
even have one, but I know the process is like, it's not just throwing gas in there and having a generator. It's a little bit more. So prep your generator like this month or next month, and make sure that it's ready.
Unfortunately.
I know.
You always know you have to like make sure you make ice cubes and stuff like that. But did you know that you could freeze water bottles and extra containers of water and use that as ice? Also, or you could defrost it and it could become water. Also, Ziploc bags.
Yeah.
Fill Ziploc bags with water, and it'll make ice blocks for you to keep your food cool.
Yeah, and get a Yeti cooler. We'll have that.
I want to get one.
Oh my God, it keeps food like so cold forever. So if you lose your fridge, because I mean that is so expensive to replace. I've done it a couple times.
Start cooking like
It's
a
a killer.
madman when
It's
the
a
power
killer.
goes out.
Yeah, food party.
Yep.
And the last thing you need is wine and booze, and your Coke, Diet Coke, Sprite, your seltzer, whatever you need to mix with your alcoholic beverages.
Yes.
As you stand by the window watching things hit the...
But you hear it, it's like...
and snacks. I've never eaten and drank so much in my life. Like, I think I drank all day. Like, Andy and I would have a beer and, like, snacks. I think we started having a beer at lunch. Yeah. Just to cut the edge. It's
because
sad.
There's nothing to do.
But
Actually, I actually put a 1,000-piece puzzle together.
Oh, yeah. You're way more like...
Uno.
I'm like a watcher. I just
Card
stood
games.
at the window.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. I couldn't think.
I can't sit. Now you want to know where Gabriel gets that he can't sit down?
Yeah. Mama can't sit still. I should have come to your house. We would have had fun.
I
know, but it was so far. So wine and booze, that's the last on your list. So if there's anything that you want to share in your comments below, please do. Tips, because we all could use it as we start this lovely hurricane season again. The problem is nothing ever happens in June or July, knock on wood.
Right.
It's always been September.
You always feel like you're at the tail end and you're almost done.
What was the storm that was November? That was a killer. That was like...
Next one.
no, not Irma. Wilma? Was it
Wilma?
Wilma who looped back
Wilma's,
around?
yes.
I didn't know if we were going to have Thanksgiving or not.
Yeah, Wilma was
like
in the butt.
weird.
Wilma was like no work for a week.
We didn't have power for 14 days.
Wow.
I know
Maybe
how to
it's
rough
7.
it. Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
But I'm too old for this crap now.
Yeah,
so
we're
my
done.
husband's like, yeah, I'm not roughing anymore. Ritz-Carlton. I'm just kidding.
We're coming.
I know. So, anyways, what do we have? What else do we have?
We're gonna put a link at the bottom of a very comprehensive checklist of things to get aside from the items that we talked about. So you just have to opt in to get the checklist. It's super helpful, I think, because you're in a rush, or if you do it now, get your preparedness kit ready, put it away, you know?
Well, and if you're following SoFlo Moms and you're new to South Florida, you may not even know. So we've given you, like, from a Moms on the Go perspective, being with kids and stuff, pretty much everything that you will need to get through 3 to 4 days without
After
power.
that, I can't help you.
After that, we're out. We're out.
We can't help you
We're
anymore.
out.
Sorry.
We're out. We're out.
We're also going to post a link to a little Amazon store that notes some of the things that we were talking about, some of the basics too that we were talking about. You could just click on and
we're making it easy for
shopping.
you moms. Just click, 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 prime it, and then it's in your, just put it in your garage and just have it all ready, and then you don't have to worry about it, right?
Yeah.
We're making your life on the go easy.
Thankfully.
I know.
So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will see you next Friday. We hope all the mamas out there have a fabulous Mother's Day.
Yes, yes. We've been sharing. We've got we did a show 2 Fridays ago. We can post that around again in case you need some quick ideas to share. There are a couple things on the show that I think that you know, your significant others or hubbies,
Easy pickups too.
Easy pickups locally that you can get. And then
we're gonna go what to do.
And we have some local. We had in our show last week. We were at the Chesterfield doing high tea, which was fantastic. So that was a great thing if you wanted to do that with your moms and
really
take them.
nice.
It was really nice.
Even if you can't go on Mother's Day, although they do have a special for Mother's Day.
Yeah. You can check our show out. I'll put the link.
Go on another day.
Yeah.
I want to go back.
I know. And we have some other, so we did a local show, what to do for Mother's Day, and then we've got our gift ideas, so we'll be posting that throughout the day as well.
So have a great weekend. We will see you next week.
Okay. Take care. Happy Mother's Day to all those moms who follow us. We love you.
We love you.
Make it a great
Yes.
weekend. Okay. Bye.
Bye.